Hello guys, Mr. Fluffy Pants here. Today guys, another video, and today guys we're reviewing Patriots Day, which stars Mark Wahlberg and a bunch of other people, but this actually is on Netflix in case you guys want to watch it. But Patriots Day was released in 2016 and is based off the events and the eventual manhunt for the people behind the Boston bombing, which is always, like, I remember I watched that one documentary about it, you know, how they actually track them down, which, I don't know, just that whole story is just so interesting to me. And whenever because I've always heard about Patriots Day, like the movie, but I never knew what it was about. And after I heard what it was about, I was like, I feel like I'm going to like this movie because, you know, the real life story about how they actually did it is just so interesting to me. You know, how, like, they, looked at all the security camera stuff and all that. They looked over and over again, and, you know, they were hiding in plain sight, which, you know, this movie does go through all that again. But, you know, starring Mark Wahlberg, which is, Tommy, Saunders, or however you say his last name, which he's kind of like the main character of the movie, I would say. But you meet a lot of different people at the beginning of the movie, which all kind of tie into the story somehow or another, which, you know, like Mark Wahlberg's character, he's just kind of like how you're viewing, you know, the story through his eyes, really. And, you know, you meet like some people that are actually victims of, you know, the bombing. And let me just say, that is an absolute, like, horrific scene. Like, it's just horrific, even like the real thing. But, and, you know, the two people that actually, you know, committed the crime, they're just absolute monsters in this movie. Even though the one is shown to have a little bit of humanity, but, you know, that's kind of up for debate or whatever. But you know, they all, you know, tie into it somehow. Like, you know, the one cop at MIT that gets killed, you meet him earlier in the movie. Like the guy that pretty much gets kidnapped, which I actually did not know about that, but apparently he did get kidnapped, and, you know, him escaping, like, that took some guts. But yeah, it's all about the manhunt and, you know, how they're tracking him down, and it is so cool to see how they actually figure out who it is, which I believe in the real life story, someone sent in a photograph that was taken like literally like a second before the bomb went off, and they saw like the white hat guy, and then they went back at the cameras and looked at it. But in this one of the cops is looking at it, and he sees that he's the only guy that looks away from the explosion. So I mean, it's still kind of the same thing, but not really. But you know, but the whole story is just amazing. And like that, the shootout in Watertown or whatever, with, you know, the bombs going off and everything. Holy crap, that would be scary if you were living right there. But you know, like, even like who's the guy that plays J.K. Simmons, I think. He's in the movie. He's the I guess, like, the commissioner of Watertown, and you even got like John Goodman in the movie, which is just awesome. But you know, the FBI is trying to figure out who it is, and, you know, Tommy does help a lot with, you know, getting some of the security camera footage, and, you know, helping to actually track down the guy. And then he actually does end up finding the guy, or the last guy in the boat, because, you know, the other one gets killed at the Watertown shootout because he literally gets ran over by his brother or whatever. And apparently their whole plan was, you know, to go to New York and set off more of them, but, you know, luckily they did catch him before that. But, you know, this movie is honestly, like, it's a pretty true story. Like, I mean, because there was a huge manhunt and all this whenever this, you know, first happened. You can really see that, you know, stuff that Tommy has saw, especially whenever he first goes home to his wife, has really affected him. But I mean, this movie is honestly great, and, like, the last 10 minutes of the movie are with the actual, like, real people, which is, you know, awesome. And, like, this movie is just, honestly, I just love it so much. Like, you know, especially if you just kind of want to get educated on the actual event itself, like, you could definitely watch this movie. It's pretty much a documentary, just, you know, with actors instead of real people. But, you know, this movie is absolutely fantastic. I love seeing the manhunt, even though I knew how it was going to go down, but it's still great just seeing. And, you know, there's some real shock value in here, I will say that. But, so, you know, if you don't like gore, probably wouldn't watch this movie or skip over a couple scenes. But I just absolutely love this movie. You know, Mark Wahlberg, he's great in it. But I really think this movie does justice to, you know, the actual horrific events that happened. But anyway, guys, let me know down below what you guys think about Patriots Day. I'll probably give this movie about like a 7.5 out of 10. It's not perfect. It kind of does drag in some places, but I honestly really do like this movie, so 7.5 out of 10. But check out my Twitter and Discord, link in the description. Like and subscribe for more. Check out some other videos, and I'll see you guys later. Bye!